Donald Trump just got some amazing news, and it's shaking up the campaign like never before. We're going to see the latest development that has the Democrats absolutely terrified and MAGA forces celebrating. You're not going to want to miss this. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you've already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, make sure to share this video with friends and family if you would. We are once again being silenced by big tech, and I need your help to get the hopeful message of this channel out to as many people as possible. Now, one of the arguments, perhaps the single main argument that the DeSantis camp and other anti-Trumpers have been making is that when all is said and done, Trump can't win the general election because he can't win independents. So according to the argument, while Trump remains hugely popular among Republicans, all the polls show that independents have completely soured on him. And you simply can't win a general election relying simply on Republican votes. As recently as August, the ultra-anti-Trumper Andrew McCarthy of the National Review Ron DeSantis crowd was making precisely this argument. Trump can't win independents, and therefore Trump can't win the general election. Well, as you know, we've been seeing a polling surge for Trump over the last several weeks that we've been following. And now we have specific polling among independents. And let's just say it completely decimates that argument. Take a look at these numbers. According to the latest Center for Politics poll, Trump beats Biden among independents by 2 points, 51 to 49. According to the latest NPR Morris poll, Trump beats Biden by 6 points, 49 to 43 among independents. The latest Fox News poll, Trump trounces Biden by 8 points among independents, 48 to 40. But we ain't seen nothing yet. According to the latest ABC Washington Post poll, Trump is beating Biden by 13 points among independents, 52 to 39. And the latest CBS poll, Trump beats Biden by an utterly humiliating 15 points, 57 to 42. Only Quinnipiac, which is notoriously bad, but only Quinnipiac has Biden beating Trump 46 to 41. On average, Trump now has a commanding 7-point lead among independents. And here's one of the million reasons as to why Biden is imploding.
Virtually every mass shooting, every circumstance where a large number of people have been victimized and lost, I've spoken to. I learned a long time ago what you've all learned in your life. When someone's going through something that is beyond their comprehension, that they ever thought they'd have to go through. If they see someone who they think understands or maybe been through something not the same but similar, it gives them some sense of hope. And I always get criticized sometimes by my staff because when I go to these events, I stay for 3 to 4 hours and answer all their questions. But it matters. It matters a lot. And look, I'm talking, some of you have gone through a hell of a lot more than I've gone through, and a lot more than other people have gone through. And you understand. So it's just people are looking for just something to grab, something that gives them some sense of hope. And that's, if I can do a little bit of that, then it's worth doing. Done for me. So.
The entire time he was talking there, I was expecting men in white suits just to come out behind him and slowly take him away. I mean, that brings incoherence to a whole new level. I defy anyone to try to attempt to translate what he was just trying to say there. It's no wonder that the latest Center for Politics poll has Trump up 4 overall, 52 to 48, winning the popular vote. CNBC is showing the same lead, Trump plus 4. And the latest Echelon poll also has Trump up by 4, 41 to 37. In the swing states, Trump opens up a 5-point lead. And this is exactly what the British Telegraph found as well. They conducted their own poll, and found Trump with a solid lead in 4 of 6 battleground states, while tied in the other 2, Michigan and Pennsylvania. Technically, he's 1 under in Pennsylvania, but that's within the margin of error. And again, like we said in a video yesterday, just to underscore this point, not a single one of these polls in 2016 and 2020 had Trump tied with either Hillary or Biden in Michigan or Pennsylvania. But we do have one problem. What about RFK Jr.? We're getting polls now showing that if RFK is in the race, it actually costs Trump the election. So what sense should we make of that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to answer. But first, you've got to click on that link below and try out the amazing Old Country soap. Made on a farm in South Dakota using traditional techniques, they use only locally sourced special ingredients without the harsh chemicals that could dry out your hair and your skin. Every bar includes pure and unfiltered bentonite clay that works wonders. It helps to soothe and relieve dry and sensitive skin. It's known for its healing properties that helps with psoriasis and eczema. It pulls dirt and oil from pores, helping to clear up acne. I mean, gang, this is amazing. It works great for hair. You can use it to shave. It's safe for your pets. And of course, to top it all off, it's made right here in the USA. Use promo code Turley for an exclusive 20% discount off your order. And every order will include an extra gift. Just pay the shipping. It's more than worth it. You're going to love it. So go right ahead. Reward yourself with this amazing Patriot product. You'll not be disappointed. Click on that link below right now. The biggest weakness for RFK is his unfortunate and incessant leftism. Case in point, he just came out in full support for racial reparations. I kid you not. Kennedy's openly advocating federal dollars to, quote, rebuild black infrastructure like banks and businesses, as well as direct redress payments or tax credits rather than no-strings cash giveaways. Now, reparation talk does 2 things. It siphons black votes from the Democrats, and it hemorrhages votes among patriots, populists, and independents. Now, the black vote is self-explanatory, right? And that basically RFK is offering free cash. That's incentive enough. But when it comes to independent populist voters, reparations are political poison. Polls have been thoroughly consistent on this. Barely 20% of the American population supports the whole notion of racial reparations. 70% are opposed. The polls are very, very consistent on this. Reparations rhetoric only ends up provoking a massive backlash among white voters. And again, we have data on this. Carol Swain, who I've interviewed at Vanderbilt University, she's found that reparations rhetoric and identity politics in general were actually awakening what she called a kind of new white nationalism. And this is coming from a study that she published back in 2002, but it's only been corroborated since. She noticed that whites were becoming very concerned over the asymmetrical distribution and enforcement of civil rights-based equalities, where they felt like they were being discriminated against. So in other words, if blacks get to vote their political interests and they get reparations and the like, if Latinos get to vote their political interests, which possibly has reparations, if Asians get to vote their political interests and so on, then why on earth can't whites vote on behalf of their own political interests? What she was calling the new white nationalism wasn't motivated so much by overt racism. In fact, all indicators show that racism is at an all-time low today. It's not overt racism that's motivating the new white nationalism as such, but rather it's being provoked by more and more whites perceiving a deliberate discrimination against them simply because of the color of their skin. And nothing on this planet provokes more of a sense of that backlash, that one's being discriminated against simply for being white, than the notion of racial reparations. And so the irony in all of this is that RFK's embracing of reparations is only going to further alienate the very vote he needs to siphon away from Trump. So that's all to say that RFK's propensity towards leftism should temper any negative effect he has right now on the election, which is certainly very good news for one Donald J. Trump. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.